Iron Volley. His primary weapon, Iron Volley, fires moderately slow-moving projectile blasts with a brief pause between each shot. To make the most of its 25-meter range, keep moving, rotate across the map and transition from one piece of cover to the next. Staying near max range not only keeps you safer, but also lets you benefit from the ability's splash damage, even if your shots don't land directly. At full range, the area of effect radius increases to 3 meters, significantly boosting your overall damage potential. In the early stages of a fight, when both teams are trading long-range shots, use the downtime between volleys to quickly peek out from behind cover, minimizing how much return fire you take while still applying pressure. Mag Cannon. His secondary fire, Mag Cannon, fires a charged projectile whose damage scales based on the number of iron rings Magneto has built up to 3 stacks. These stacks are visible both on his character model and as an arrow-shaped icon beneath, the crosshair. At full charge, Mag Cannon not only hits harder, but also applies knockback, pushing enemies away on impact. This becomes especially useful when melee heroes like Wolverine get in close. A well-timed Mag Cannon can stun and knock them back, giving Magneto the breathing room he needs to escape and avoid further melee punishment. Metallic Curtain. Metallic Curtain functions much like Doctor Strange's Shield of the Seraphim, projecting a forward-moving magnetic barrier that absorbs all incoming projectiles while advancing slowly. However, unlike Strange, Magneto can't reuse his shield freely. Its energy depletes over time, even if it's not taking damage. That makes timing far more important. Smart opponents will try to bait out your shield, especially when holding dangerous ultimates like Strange's Eye of Agamotto or Iron Man's Barrage. Once they see the shield drop, they'll seize the moment, knowing you won't be able to block again right away. Because of that, it's often wiser to hold Metallic Curtain when you suspect the enemy has game-changing ultimates ready. Instead, rely on Iron Bulwark, natural cover, and team support to survive key moments. Metal Bulwark. Metal Bulwark can be a lifesaver for your backline, or a powerful tool to enable aggressive pushes from allied vanguards or duelists. While it might be tempting to use it just to build stacks for Mag Cannon, doing so wastes the full potential of this high-health barrier. If you've got a Spider-Man teammate diving in to secure a kill, hold on to Metal Bulwark until the moment he needs to disengage. It can mean the difference between a clean escape and getting picked off. Likewise, when your backline is under pressure from an enemy flanker, use Bulwark to protect key strategists and keep your team's support structure intact. Magnetic Descent. Magnetic Descent is Magneto's passive ability, allowing him to glide gently to the ground instead of dropping straight down. While often used after activating his ultimate to reposition or shoot over cover, it can also be a handy tool to evade melee attackers, especially if Magneto starts on high ground and leaps away. But sometimes, it's more than just utility. It can literally save your life. Take Jeff the Landshark, for example. His ultimate lets him swallow enemies and spit them out, often off the edge of the map. For many heroes, that's a guaranteed death. But Magneto, he can usually just float his way back to safety, turning what should be a fatal fall into a dramatic escape. Iron Bulwark. Iron Bulwark functions just like Metal Bulwark, but instead of shielding an ally, it grants the protective bubble directly to Magneto. Both abilities share the same cooldown, so they should be used sparingly and with intention. Any damage absorbed by Iron Bulwark also contributes to building up the iron rings on Magneto's back for Mag Cannon. This ability is fairly straightforward. Use it when you're under heavy fire. Unlike Metallic Curtain, which only blocks frontal projectile damage and does nothing against melee, Bulwark offers 360-degree protection, letting you shrug off attacks even when surrounded. Meteor M. Meteor M is Magneto's ultimate ability, and its impact can range from game-changing to underwhelming, depending largely on the actions of the enemy team. When activated, Magneto summons a massive iron meteor, which he hurls at his opponents. Before launching it, however, he can absorb incoming projectiles, increasing the meteor's final damage output. This means if the enemy team stops shooting as soon as they hear the ult activation, the Meteor's power will be significantly reduced. As a result, Meteor M shines when used with smart positioning and well-timed engagement. Its value isn't just offensive, it can also be used defensively to control the enemy's decisions. If you cast it in a central location during a teamfight, the enemy is forced into a dilemma. Keep firing, which buffs the meteor and risks major damage or elimination, or stop attacking, giving your team a temporary breather and potentially saving lives. Used this way, Meteor M becomes not just a source of raw damage, but a psychological and strategic tool that shifts momentum in your favor. Magnetic Resonance save this team-up ability for aggressive plays. The extra pressure from Magneto's duplicate allows him to secure eliminations that would normally be out of reach. It's especially effective for surprise flanks or burst damage, giving Magneto the edge in high-stakes moments. When Emma Frost activates Diamond Form, use the opportunity to push forward and generate double shields, covering both yourself and her. If she grabs and kicks an enemy into your team, placing 2 barriers can completely cut off incoming healing projectiles, making the takedown almost guaranteed. Keep in mind, the duplicate cannot use Magneto's ultimate. If you activate Bulwark on an ally while using the team up, the illusion's bubble will match the real Magneto, helping to confuse opponents. Don't waste the self-bubble. If you can, bubble a teammate instead to maximize utility from the team-up. Overview. Feared as one of the most powerful mutants alive, Magneto commands the battlefield with unmatched control over all things metal. Taking point for his team, he excels at shielding and protecting allies, arguably better than any other hero in the game. Magneto thrives at mid-range, where he can keep pressure on enemies while staying just far enough to avoid getting overwhelmed. To maintain this ideal distance, he should always be rotating around cover. He's especially strong against ranged threats, and unlike Doctor Strange, he's more effective at fending off melee attackers. No matter your skill level, Magneto performs consistently, and with a bit of practice, he can become a serious asset in securing wins. Tips for playing Magneto. Effectively, use a mix of Shift, E, F, and Cover to stay active on the front line. Since there are long cooldowns between shield uses, make each one count. Supporting aggressive allies like Wolverine or Magik with your shields can unlock massive playmaking potential for your team. Your ultimate can only absorb so much. Keep an eye on the charge bar and release it before it breaks to get maximum value. Magneto's primary fire has burst AoE, meaning he can hit enemies even behind corners. Stay aware of your positioning. He must choose between shielding himself or an ally. If you see him bubble one, he won't be able to do the other right away. Stay outside his mid-range zone. Either fight him from a distance or dive in close. He's less effective at both extremes. Magneto's skill ceiling rises with experience and map awareness. Knowing when and where the enemy is likely to strike allows you to preemptively deploy shields for maximum impact.
I bet you can click on the next video before the time runs out. 3, 2, 1. You lose.